Está como dicen muchos, está cabrón. Está preparado, está listo, a pesar de venir de una categoría muy abajo, subir a la 168, pues yo te digo, los sparring con él.
I think there are several ways for Bud to win it, but one way for Canelo to lose it. I ain't gonna disclose none of that, but that's just my thoughts.
We'll do that as we get closer.
Exactly.
He may not look like the physically bigger built guy, obviously compared to Canelo on fight night, but you know, I was walking around like a $180 when we sparred, so I definitely had size on him, and I thought I was gonna be able to move him around in the clinch or like just kind of rough him up a little bit because of my size, and you know, he uses that against you, so.
You have to see him, man. The people he spars, everybody that Bud Crawford spars, is the same size as Canelo. Like all these guys that he's sparring is bigger guys. He don't even he do spar with people his size sometimes, and sometimes he getting there with me.
Canelo Alvarez might be doomed if some of the voices around Terence Crawford's camp are right. Crawford's sparring partner Lester Martinez, who has been with Crawford both at 147 pounds and now at 168, described the difference he has felt firsthand. He called Crawford a beast and explained that despite moving up from a lower weight class, the undefeated champion has only grown more explosive. The punches now carry more snap and power, yet the speed has not disappeared. He admitted that while in the past he thought more about helping Crawford, this time sparring has been a two-way street where both fighters push each other.
Está como dicen muchos, está cabrón. Está preparado, está listo, a pesar de venir de una categoría muy abajo, subir a la 168, pues yo te digo, los sparring con él, tanto lo he ayudado como he sentido que él me ha ayudado también a mí. Entonces, anteriormente estaba enfocado en ayudarlo, pero luego que me dijeron que yo iba a pelear, ¿sabes qué? Necesito ayudarte, pero que me ayudes. Y ya en el ring nos entendemos. Yo casi no hablo inglés. Todavía voy practicándolo, pero en el ring nos entendemos muy bien. Y hay una buena vibra, pero él está listo. Y yo también estoy listo.
He even noted that although size comparisons might show Canelo as the more natural super middleweight, in the ring the difference is not as big as some think. Feeling Crawford's power directly, he said, left no doubt that the older fighter is not coming into this challenge as undersized or outgunned. For him, Crawford has become more dangerous now than he was at welterweight.
Bueno, en realidad en tamaño creo que están iguales. Pero en diferencia de peso, sí, a lo mejor Canelo está más acostumbrado a esa categoría que Terence, pero te digo, vengo haciendo sparring con él desde que estaba en las 147 libras, mi primer sparring con él en las 147, yo era ya 168, sigo siendo 168, y lo único que hizo ahora pues es subir de peso, aumentar de peso, y sí, se siente muy diferente. Haber hecho sparring con él en 147 y ahora hacer sparring con él en 168. Pero yo creo que...
¿Cómo se siente diferente?
En el sentido que le he sentido más pegada, más explosivo, la rapidez, el snap lo tiene todavía, el cabrón no lo ha perdido, lo he sentido.
That sense of danger was echoed in other ways when Roy Jones Jr. sat down with Andre Ward to share his thoughts on the fight. Jones admitted that Alvarez deserves all respect for his achievements, but what stood out in his comments was the way he framed Crawford's chances. Jones explained that Crawford has many ways to win, while Canelo, in his view, has only one clear way to lose. Without giving away all the tactical details, Jones leaned strongly toward Crawford being able to find success on fight night. For a man of Jones's stature, that kind of prediction carries weight, and it added fuel to the belief that Canelo's path may be narrower than Crawford's.
Can't take nothing away from Canelo. Canelo has been there for a while. Great puncher, great boxer puncher. If Bud can take the punch, which we're pretty sure he can do, we'll have a good fight on our hands. I think there are several ways for Bud to win it, but one way for Canelo to lose it. I ain't gonna disclose none of that, but that's just my thoughts.
We'll do that as we get closer.
Exactly.
Yeah. But do you feel comfortable saying who you think the winner gonna be?
No, I'm not gonna say I'm gonna feel comfortable saying it because I like both guys. And when you got two guys of their caliber, you can't really count either guy out. You know that yourself.
That's a fact.
Bud is a champion. That says a lot. And on top of that, Bud is still hungry. You understand me?
As if words weren't enough, the atmosphere of their face-off also grabbed attention. Rather than the usual press conference setting, the meeting was staged at a seaside location, with Turki Al-Sheikh and UFC boss Dana White standing beside them. The ocean breeze carried through as both fighters faced each other, but what people noticed most was Crawford's steady confidence.
Different,
Not everyone is siding with Crawford though. Keith Thurman was clear in his breakdown that he has no doubts about Canelo's dominance. Drawing from Alvarez's history of beating top-level fighters, Thurman expressed strong confidence that Crawford will not be the man to change that. To him, Canelo has proven again and again that he is not easily beaten, and Thurman is convinced that will remain true here. His analysis leaned heavily on the experience Alvarez brings at higher weights, as well as the record of opponents who thought they had the answers but fell short.
Canelo Alvarez is not, was not, and will not ever be an unbeatable fighter. That's fine. None of us are really unbeatable, right? But people got to understand this. Canelo Alvarez is not an unbeatable fighter. The question is, whoever he's fighting, we don't question what Canelo's going to do, right? We question what his opponents are going to do, right? It's not even really about Canelo. Canelo's going to show up as Canelo Alvarez. Canelo was feeling himself. Canelo had preparation. He had that head movement, losing to Floyd, this and that. He fought some flat-footed fighters. He got used to getting his head here and there and ducking down and then pulling out and spinning out and little tactics. I've never seen somebody make Danny Jacobs miss so many punches.
Backing Thurman's perspective was Nonito Donaire, another respected voice who has seen elite levels of boxing. Donaire praised Crawford's skills, calling him one of the most talented fighters, but at the same time, he raised serious concerns about the move up in weight. In his opinion, stepping into the ring with Canelo may even cause Crawford to question his decision once he feels the reality of the power difference. For Donaire, skill alone may not erase the gap, and he strongly favored Alvarez's ability to impose himself when the fight gets real.
Crawford is very skillful. He's very talented. He can box, he can brawl, he can do anything. But then Canelo also has that power to neutralize things. But he's always had problem with people who walks or runs around him or moves around him. So that's the question that we have to, I have to give it a 50-50 because I give Canelo the power, the leverage in this weight, but then I give the skills and the talent and the speed to Crawford. And that's why this is gonna be a very, very, very interesting and entertaining fight. And I'm grateful that this fight is happening.
Yet the voices in Crawford's corner continue to multiply. Vargas Jr., another sparring partner, gave an account of how Crawford used his size during sessions, showing that the weight jump may not be a disadvantage at all. He explained that he weighed 180 pounds, yet Crawford was able to use that size against him in sparring, proving that he has adapted to bigger bodies and learned to turn them to his advantage. Vargas called him the Michael Myers of his time, a fighter with a masterpiece level approach who has designed the perfect plan to beat Alvarez.
It was like Michael Myers, bro. Like, I would land some shit, and then I'm like, all right, I know he's gonna try to get his get back right away, and he was just so patient in there. Yeah, you know, Crawford's very strong, bro. He's one of those guys that, you know, he may not look like the physically bigger built guy, obviously compared to Canelo on fight night, but, you know, I was walking around like a $180 when we sparred, so I definitely had size on him, and I thought I was gonna be able to move him around in the clinch or like just kind of rough him up a little bit because of my size, and you know, he uses that against you, so I know, you know, he has a game plan for Canelo, and it makes for a great fight.
Al Stanton, another man who has been inside the ring with Crawford during camp, spoke about his view of the fight. Stanton emphasized that Crawford has the best boxing skills to trouble Alvarez and could easily outthink him in exchanges, but he also admitted that weight is a concern. Even if skill favors Crawford, Stanton suggested, the natural size of Alvarez may still play a role.
For 37 years old, like, he's training like he's like 25, like, I don't think there'll be no problem at all with the fight.
What do you think he has to be mindful of that Canelo can produce? What do you think he has to be wary of in that fight?
Power. That's it. Just power.
That's the only thing you feel like?
Yeah, just power.
So from the sounds of it, you're quite confident Terence will defeat Canelo on Saturday?
Correct.
Meanwhile, Shakur Stevenson has made no attempt to hide where he stands. The young star has always backed Crawford and recently doubled down during an interview, making it clear that he has no plans to switch his stance. Stevenson insisted that Crawford has everything it takes to defeat Canelo and even revealed that he is betting on it. For him, the matter is not about chance, but about certainty. His loyalty and belief in Crawford's all-around abilities have become part of the wider narrative of support pouring in for the Omaha fighter.
Of boxing, and his legacy is up there with the greatest of greats when it's all said and done, why can't he prove himself once again? He believe he could do it.
I think that's too much, man. But hey,
Hey, I'm gonna hit you up for a bet.
all right. And I don't bet, because the politics of boxing. But
You can
I
bet some
think
push-ups. On call push-ups. Soon as I see you, shit, I want to
Cool.
bet like a
I'll
1,000.
be in Vegas like that in front of the machine in Vegas. If it,
Yeah.
all right, man. So I gotta give you a different bet because you do push-ups all the time. You work out all the time. So I need another bet for you. I need another bet where it's gonna hurt. This one's gonna hurt. But
All these takes together show just how divided the boxing world has become about this fight. On one side are the sparring partners, Stevenson and Roy Jones Jr., who believe Crawford has grown stronger and more dangerous, ready to shock the world. On the other are Thurman and Donaire, who stand firmly behind Canelo, convinced that his size, strength, and track record will make the difference. The unique face-off, the sparring stories, the expert debates, each new detail only deepens the intrigue. Fans are left wondering whether the talk of doom for Alvarez is real, or if it is simply part of the noise before another Canelo victory.
What will happen is, you asked a reasonable question. What's going to happen afterwards is, if Crawford wins, there's going to be a certain group of people saying, oh, Canelo, look at him, he's old, he's terrible, you know, he beat an old man. You know, if Canelo wins, there's going to be people saying, yeah, he picked on the smaller guy. And they're going to stick to their narrative.
What cannot be denied is that Crawford has surprised before. Each time doubts have been raised about him, he has answered with performances that silenced critics. Now he faces the greatest test of all, stepping into the ring with a fighter many see as untouchable. Canelo has the history, the belts, and the power of experience at higher weights. Crawford has the adaptability, the precision, and the confidence of being unbeaten. The tension lies in seeing which of these forces will carry the night.
To see the process of him having to continue to build, that was really what I wanted to see. And I never saw him spar either, so I wanted to see, you know, what a sparring session for Terence Crawford looked like as well. So that was pretty awesome to see. I think he was doing 4-minute rounds, if I'm not mistaken. So,
well, before we break it down fully, I kind of want to go through it step by step for people that don't ever get the chance to kind of see behind the closed doors. When you arrived in camp, what is the atmosphere like in the Crawford gym? What's the vibe like in the gym?
I got to the gym before him, and you know, there's a lot of people who are just sitting there waiting on him to show up, a lot like Manny Pacquiao at the wild card in LA.
As the days wind down, the voices from training camps and analysts alike continue to shape the build-up. Some are convinced Alvarez cannot be stopped, while others are equally convinced that Crawford has found the perfect moment to break through. What everyone agrees on is that this fight has become more than just another title defense or a test of skills. It has become a battle of belief, of legacy, and of perception. Whether Canelo really is doomed, or whether Crawford has bitten off more than he can chew, will be revealed only when the first punches land.
Canelo versus Crawford, who you got? How do you see that fight going?
I really don't know, honestly. Like, you're talking about Terence jumping up so many weight classes, but Terence is good, and based on Canelo's last performance, he needs to be able to cut off the ring on Crawford, or else Crawford's going to get circles on him all night. But that's an interesting matchup. I don't know. I probably got my money on Canelo, but I mean, I'm just a fan.
As the countdown to their massive showdown continues, sparring partners, legends, and current fighters are weighing in, and much of what they're saying leans toward Crawford being sharper, stronger, and more prepared than ever. A recent account from a training partner painted a picture of a man who has grown in power since moving up from welterweight, and that is just one of the many signs suggesting that Canelo may be facing more trouble than expected. When paired with bold predictions from greats like Roy Jones Jr. and the unwavering confidence of fighters like Shakur Stevenson, the story around this fight has taken on a life of its own.
He's not gonna beat me. Don't worry about it. He's not gonna beat me. Don't worry about it. I think this fight is gonna be in the books of the history of boxing for sure. That's for sure.
For sure, them belts coming with me. They coming home with me. I'm telling you right now.
You can see it, but it's gonna be difficult. You take it to your home.
I'm taking them. It ain't nothing you gonna be able to do about it come fight night.
I know Turkey's in your corner,
I promise you.
But look, it's gonna be very difficult. He's gonna be so mad that day. Believe me.
I see you. I see you. You see, I'm different.
I see you too.
You see, I'm different than all the other ones.
No, I see you. No, you don't know different. You nothing different.
I'm different.
Nothing different.
I'm different.
If you're hyped for this showdown, make sure to smash that like button, drop your fight prediction in the comments, share this with your fellow boxing fans, and don't forget to subscribe to Ring Rivalry for more breakdowns, heated debates, and all the action leading up to fight night.